Have you ever felt on Etsy that you're lazy, that you're not succeeding because of you? I'm here to tell you that you're not lazy. You're probably exhausted because right now we're all surrounded by people telling us that if we really wanted to succeed, we'd wake up at 4 a.m., work 18 hours a day, sacrifice our hobbies, sacrifice our relationships, and grind harder than the next guy. And if we're not successful yet, apparently we just didn't want it enough. I hate this advice because hard work does matter, of course it does, but there's a huge difference between working hard and just working more, especially when you're running an online business. Sometimes there are seasons where working extra hours does actually matter, that run up to Christmas or a big trend's taking off or a product launch. There are these times when pushing a little harder genuinely does pay off, but there's also times when Etsy is just quiet. The economy is struggling and buyers are spending less. Search is slower in the summer, depending on your shop. And no matter how many extra hours you put in, it doesn't suddenly create more buyers. You can sit at your desk for 10 hours tweaking fonts and checking your stats, relisting and still feeling guilty that you're not doing enough. Or you can spend 2 focused hours improving the things that actually matter. And I think hustle culture has completely blurred the line between the two. The problem is that hustle culture sells us such a simple story. If you work harder than everyone else, you'll succeed. And it is an attractive idea because it makes success seem controllable. I was looking at people like Mr. Beast as talking about working all day, every day, or Gary Vee telling people in their 20s not to waste time, or Elon Musk talking about sleeping on the factory floor. And the message people hear is work more, sleep less, want it more than everyone else. But the part that gets left out is that these people aren't normal. It's not an insult, it's just true. Some people are naturally obsessive. Some are willing to sacrifice everything else in their lives. Some already have money, teams, staff, childcare, connections, supportive partners, and opportunities that make these crazy hours possible. And even then, a lot of them are still stressed, lonely, burnt out, or consumed by work. And you never hear about the other obsessive people who didn't make it, who sacrificed time with their family and their health, but their story doesn't have the same ending, so it's not interesting enough to go viral. That doesn't mean the people who succeeded haven't worked hard. They have. But it does mean that their life is probably not a realistic template for most people, because most people don't actually even want to be billionaires. You might think you do, but most people actually want enough money to pay the bills, enough freedom to enjoy their life, and enough energy left over to actually enjoy the business you've built. And this is where I think a lot of you are stuck, because it's easy to feel like you're working hard when you're busy all day. Those little tweaks, the checking the stats, watching another video about the algorithm, and spending hours looking at other shops to see what they're doing. You relist because someone on Facebook says Etsy likes active shops. And at the end of the day, you're exhausted. You've worked really hard. But did any of that actually move your business forward? Sometimes 1 hour spent improving your photos will do more than 10 hours tweaking tiny details that actually no one notices. One new product idea will do more than endlessly chasing tags on an old listing that's never sold in the first place. Sometimes one good keyword can make more of a difference than relisting every day for a month. I have fallen into this myself. There are days when I sit at my desk for hours and convince myself I'm being productive because I'm working. Then I go for a walk, or I go for a swim, or I take a couple of days off, and I come back with better ideas, more energy, and clear answers to something I've been stuck with for weeks. I have to keep reminding myself that I have way better ideas in an hour swimming than a day trying to force ideas. I can actually get more work done in a week if I actually have more time off. That's why I think hustle culture is so dangerous. It teaches people that rest is laziness, when actually rest is often the thing that helps you do your best work. Be honest with me, have you ever felt you were lazy? I know that's the biggest voice in my head most of the time. I don't do enough, my house isn't clean enough, I'm not fit enough, I fail at social media, my shop isn't doing well enough. Why have I not done my taxes yet? That kind of doubt and punishment alone is actually exhausting. And I know I'm not the only one living with it. Sometimes that push for more helps a bit. More listings can give you more chances to be found. More products help you to discover what buyers want. But over time, I realized more isn't always better, because there's a huge difference between doing more work and doing better work. A shop with 20 really strong listings can do better than a shop with 200 average ones. One product that people genuinely want can outperform 10 products that are meh. One better photo can improve clicks more than spending a week changing those tiny little nitpicks of pics of SEO. And I think that's where a lot of old Etsy advice comes from. People would say things like, just get to 100 listings, or do something every day. Because when they were growing in their shop, more listings maybe did mean sales. But the listings themselves weren't magically helping the algorithm. They were helping because every new listing was another chance to learn, another chance to test a new product, another chance to discover a better keyword, another chance to find a winner. And that is different than just blindly creating more and more work for yourself. I think hustle culture can actually make people poorer because it pushes them towards the wrong type of work. When you're exhausted, stressed, panicking, you don't make your best decisions. You buy another course because someone promises that shortcut. You jump to another niche because someone says it's trending. You start a second shop before the first one's even working. You keep changing direction because it feels like doing something is better than sitting still. But sometimes the smartest thing you can do is stay with something long enough to learn from it, to improve photos, your product, to understand why buyers are not clicking, to learn what your customers actually want. And that's not exciting work. It doesn't make for a flashy YouTube thumbnail, but that's the work that changes your business. Because if your business only works when you're working 18 hours a day, 7 days a week, you've not built freedom. You've just built yourself another job, or worse, a prison. And who's actually making the money out of all of this fear and stress? It's the people selling you the course. Not to say that all courses are terrible. There's plenty of research out there to suggest you're more likely to stick with something, value it, and work on it if you've invested money in it. But many courses have a simple template that should push up red flags, preying in that fear of you being a failure when everyone else knows the simple trick, pushing you to invest before you've done your research, with either fake scarcity or limited offers that you have to act on, or free training that offers very little but pushing FOMO to the course they're selling after you've invested a good amount of time in their video. And once you sign up, unrealistic amounts of work. So if it doesn't work, it's because you didn't put the time in. So what do I think actually works? I think hard work does matter. I don't think there's a shortcut, but I think people who do best are actually the people who learn where their efforts make a difference. They know when to push harder and when to step back. They know when a product needs more time and when it's time to move on. They know that some seasons are worth going all in for, like potentially Christmas, and some seasons are quieter no matter how hard you work. They focus on the things that move the needle, and they let go of the guilt that says they should be working every second of every day. Because success is not about how exhausted you are, it's about whether the life you're building is actually the one you want to live. Several years ago, a coach and friend asked me what success would look like for me, and I replied, my bills being paid. But as I said, I've been hearing that voice in my head about how I'm not good enough, I'm not doing enough, I'm not successful enough. I remembered that conversation, and I stopped and thought where I was when I had that conversation. I've not really shared this much, but at one point I was really struggling. One day I'll tell the story of when my car tried to unalive me. That's not today. And where am I now? My bills are paid. I don't have a top 0.1% shop. I don't have a big company. I don't have a massive castle in the country. So I still don't feel like a success. So I need to work on reframing my thinking so I can feel like a success, not having to push for more, but enjoying where I am. I don't actually want a business that only survives if I never stop working. And I think this is something that hustle culture forgets and makes us forget it too. You don't need to work like a billionaire to build a good life. You just need to build a business that supports the life you want. Maybe it sounds less exciting than wake up at 4 a.m. and grind until you make it, but honestly, it's healthier.